to close on Novus Aevi, but there's only one way to find out if that is the truth or not, and that is to settle it out on the field.
Brunoviski in the Mach-E. Oh, it's over. Oh, my. Brunoviski in the Mach-E. Here he comes. Open net, puts it high. Had a defender there in the end, but gets a great demo, and that's a great start to get your coach involved if you're Team Secret. Brunoviski already up to par early in game one, or at least getting a chance. Novus Aevi trying to find a way out.
Listen, if there's one person that knows exactly what the game plan is, there's no one better to put them in than the person that probably created the game plan themselves. And there you have it, Brunoviski just kind of lurking a little bit right now. That was a great pop-up there from Card, and the follow-up not as quick as he might have hoped for. It's a great beat out, an attempt to make the pass, but Brad's shot goes out in the corner, back into the hands of Novus Aevi, and it's transition opportunity for them, which is a good sign of life. A couple demos coming out as well, but no shots quite in the vicinity of where they would hope to be.
Yeah, we're not finding a lot of opportunity. Here comes Novus Aevi, though. They are getting that opportunity, and it was actually an own goal. Royals is going to get credit, but Team Secret, the last minute, I didn't catch who it was. Zamata just trying to make a play, looking out for the demo, and in doing so, own goals it into his net. I think it was going in either way, but Novus Aevi on the board first.
Yeah, that was definitely going in either way. I think there even might have been the slightest of even like ghost touches on his car, the little ghost bump. But yeah, there was a plan, it was executed, and now in a second attempt, goes wayside. This one gets sent back. Brad wants to beat out Card. This ball pops up. Could be interesting because it's a mistouch that goes down in front, but nobody from Team Secret was ready to try and take a shot off of it. Instead, it was a quick transition, a quick flip for Royals, and a second goal for Novus Aevi.
Oh man, Royal smooth with it here, letting this one go down. And you can see you got Mata to jump. He didn't know which way you were going to go, and then puts it down and away and up across under the crossbar, excuse me. And a great play from Royals just to keep the defense thinking. That's the key there on that play. And Team Secret already finding themselves in the hole.
Yeah, that's not the greatest of starts for them right now. Granted, 3 minutes and 24 seconds is a lot of time. This one could find its way in. That's a great redirect, though, to go back, giving Team Secret a little bit of breathing room. And for those of you just tuning in, you've got to remember, technically, Novus Aevi is coming into this one as the underdog. However, Team Secret are playing with their coach in for KV1. So a lot of change in game number one. But honestly, 2-0 isn't bad.
It's not the worst, it's not ideal, but the good news is for Team Secret is they are generating some chances. They had an early one with Brunoviski taking a shot. They just had one just a moment ago. I believe it was with Brad taking the shot. So they are getting some chances here, but you've got to convert. That's the thing. You know, you can get all the chances in the world. If your conversion rate's sitting at 0%, well, it doesn't really matter. Brunoviski trying to find someone at the top of the box. Mata puts a shot on target. Card turns it away, and still Mata on a second chance will go just over the net. No chance there for Team Secret.
And this is some pretty decent offensive pressure that you were seeing there from Team Secret. Finally gets let up a little bit. A little bit of a team bump there as well, though. Not what you want, but it is a transition opportunity for Team Secret, and that's what they've been waiting to try and find. Brunoviski trying to slow things down just a little bit here and get around the corner, but even on low boost, Royals is still able to take control, takes the low 50, loses it in the corner there. But again, when you're up 2-0, you're kind of just playing a time game a little bit against Team Secret. This one goes crossbar and out, but Mata is the one to finish it up.
Wow, what a shot from Mata. This one coming across the box, and that I think was a pass to try and clear it out from Novus Aevi, but it came right out to Mata, and he puts it off the crossbar to himself, and one on the board for Team Secret finally. We were talking about opportunities that Team Secret has had, and they've had a couple quality chances. That time, they're able to finally convert, and they're within one.
Ooh, I liked that reset forward on it, finally bringing out a little bit more of the mechs that I know this team's absolutely capable of. But it is a big deal for them. They've closed the gap in half. They're only trailing by one for now, although Novus Aevi trying to turn it back into two. It's a bump play that could open things up. Takes two players from Team Secret to keep this one out. Reset over one into the mid. Tries to collect that side boost. It's a good thing there. Could help with a play. Minute in, shot on target, but it's just a bit high.
Just a bit high, but Team Secret doing well to keep the possession, and that's what's key here. when you're down by 1 and you're coming up with 60 seconds left on the clock, you've got to keep the pressure on. This one dangerously dropping down. Nobody bit from Team Secret. They let that one play out. Now Mata going under. Can he land back on top of it? He can't. He bounce shots it through. What's a tie ball game with 54 seconds left?
I love this. This is honestly just pure control at this point, because Mata knew that he was low on boost, so there wasn't really too many options for him, but bouncing it off the hood of his car onto the ground and up, that messes with the placement of the ball on that one. Tied game with less than a minute to go.
Man, think about the control required to stay with that play, keep up with the pace of the ball, and then have enough boost to have power behind it on the bounce shot. Spectacular from Mata. And now Team Secret, they're much better for the 2 goals that Mata have put away, and can he keep it going? 30 seconds left, and it feels like Team Secret slowly starting to ramp up, maybe just understanding how to play with their coach, Brunovisky. And they have certainly turned up the heat in the final stages of Game 1.
I like how you mentioned about that, like being able to make that adjustment without KV1, right? They are aware that this is probably a lot less of a mechy game than they're used to being played. So working together as a team is definitely going to be the way to go on this one. Mata trying to find Brunovisky off of it. It was a good attempt at it. This one off the backboard is going to get killed, and we've got our first overtime in this group stage.
And Brunovisky's doing a great job. I mean, look, he's still a fine player. But, he's not being a hindrance to his team. Sometimes when we see subs come in, especially last second, a lot of times they're not up to par to the starting player, of course. And because of that, they hinder the offense, or they take away from the team. And a lot of people point to that as, a mishap for that team. I think specifically so far in this game, pending the final outcome, Brunovisky's done a great job of just meshing with Mata and Brad and not being in their way. Being in the right spot at the right time. Maybe he had a shot get away from him right off the rip, but he has been in the play, and they've been better for it, and he's not slowing things down for Team Secret. That's the key in a situation like this. Let your big-time playmakers make those plays. You don't have to be the hero coming in as the sub.
Exactly, just being able to play around your team and inserting yourself into those opportunities when needed, not trying to force things that aren't happening naturally. Speaking of naturally happening, here comes Brad, air dribble to the backboard, looks for a follow-up from Brunovisky, couldn't quite get there in time. Although, Mata just trying to keep this play going, it's a double off the side, not quite in though. Goal line save, keeps this one out. Card trying to find Royals, trying to slow things down, but Mata has been everywhere all at once. Defensively, offensively, he has kept Team Secret in this.
Now Brunovisky, maybe he can be the hero if he got an extra touch on that one towards the net. He does get it back out towards his team. Top left slot off the post and out. Mata had the shot just a bit wide. And here comes Kaio. He's denied by Brunovisky as we keep going in this almost 2 minutes of overtime.
It was such a quick attempt made, but same can be said on the other end of the field. Again, another save from Mata. Absolute MVP for Team Secret right now. And here comes the follow from Royals. Over to himself off the sidewall, tries to get a double off of it. Brad takes away his opportunity though, but pressure hasn't ended just yet. This one down, it's a tee-up, easy down, bottom left corner there from Card. And there you have it, Novus Aevi steal game number 1 in overtime.
Yeah, that one's tough because I think Brunovisky was hoping Brad would do a little bit more there, but Brad didn't have boost. And so it puts Brunovisky in a tough spot because he stayed.
Opportunities to keep their team up to par with Novus Aevi, but at the end of the day, it came down to an OT, and unfortunately, it was just positioning, it was boost management at the end, it was just them getting beat out. And, well, Card is still Card. You got to keep an eye out for him, and him getting set up the way he did at the end was a great shout to what Novus Aevi is capable of.
Yeah, and you go back to the first goal that they had, Royals definitely in the mix and doing well for Novus Aevi and just being a nuisance, especially offensively for his team, or rather maybe a nuisance towards the defense, as it looks like players are shuffling around as we get things sorted out. Check out that little bird flying around. Why not? As we're waiting for players to join up. I feel like for Team Secret, yes, they're playing with the coach. I understand. We're going to cut him a little bit of slack, but I don't know. Like you said Brunovisky really isn't playing that bad. I don't think he's playing bad, period. Like, there wasn't anything in that game where I'm like, oh, if they had KD1, that would have been a different outcome. Maybe his first shot right off the rip, because he did put that one high. Maybe KV1 puts that one on target. But outside of that, you know, with the way that Brunelleschi played that game one, I feel like he fit right in and it was fine, and they just kind of lost fair and square there. It was a tough play in the end that they got scored on to lose the game. So having KV1, I'm not sure would have made much of a difference. But of course, you know, there are other outcomes and other decisions that he would have made that Brunelleschi wouldn't have. And that's the difference of why Brunelleschi's a coach and why KV1 starts. So we'll see if he does get the game. I'm assuming this pause is for that. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see if KV1 hops in.
Yeah, there might be a chance that KV1's actually getting slotted in right now, but even if Brunelleschi were to stay, I think, yeah, I got to take it back and agree with you. I don't think he played bad at all, and it's like you said, there were a couple moments. I think the key or the biggest differences between having KV1 versus Brunelleschi right now would probably just be the pace of play that Team Secret is able to play right now. But we're about to find out, is KV1 on the field or is it Brunelleschi? The answer to that question is, well, Brunelleschi stays.
Okay, well, apparently it was Brad. He had an issue with it. He had to restart, so
it's just
it wasn't even
taking turns at this point.
Yeah, everyone's having an issue, but Mata is definitely not having an issue today. For everyone on Team Secret, it's been Mata who's just been ever present in this series. That is his third goal now, as Brad tried to steal it away. The first 10 seconds go over to Team Secret.
Listen, if things are going wrong on your team and there is a world for you to step up, the fact that Mata has been able to do so is insane. He tried to go for the double off, but this one unfortunately went crossbar and back into the hands of Royals. Royals tries to take it down. That's a great stop there from Brunelleschi to keep Novus Aevi at bay.
And Mata again has a chance. Man, he is just making things out of thin air. Royals with 2 huge saves. But Mata has been special behind the ball today. Every touch has found its way into a dangerous position, and Team Secret have been better for it.
I have got to give a little bit more credit to Brad and Brunelleschi right now, because I think they're very aware that Mata's solo plays, are not only insane, but they've been getting saved a lot, so I think now you can see them trying to cheat up a little bit more. There's an attempt where they're going to start trying to feed this ball, which is going to make it so much harder for Novus Aevi to keep Team Secret back. It's a quick transition now, double out of the corner to tee up into the center there, but Mata just playing things a little bit slower, playing the patient game, no risk kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame Team Secret if they started feeding Mata more and more. I mean, just as you were explaining that, he had another dangerous shot on target. So he's up to 4 shots, and he's been at 4 shots for probably 20 or so seconds in the first minute of the game. And he's got a goal as well. So now, Team Secret looking to add on to it. Novus Aevi looking for more and more, but haven't really generated much. A little pot shot towards the net, but Brad easily clears this one out.
Yeah, it's been really good rotations defensively right now from Team Secret. They kind of have just been allowing Novus Aevi to take their shots at them, but it's those big clears and the follow-ups that have been keeping Team Secret just a step ahead right now. They're just letting Novus Aevi almost tire themselves out a little bit and then force them to run back and play defense, which is not too bad of a game plan right now, right? Especially when you have somebody subbing in. So you've got second half of the game coming through. It's just a 1-goal lead, but not too bad of a situation to be in if you're Team Secret.
Certainly not a bad situation, as Team Secret looking for a way out from their corner. Card. Can't get a hold of it either. Brunelleschi now. The fight for it in midfield. 3 players went up for this one. The net's wide open. Mata's going to put another one home. Team Secret have done it again, and Novus Aevi, what in the world had happened to their defense? 2 players jumped after this, and Mata was well above everyone else to put this one away. And for Team Secret, a 2-0 lead. Mata is all over him.
I don't even want to call that one like a cheat up or something. That just looked like straight miscommunication. 2 people wanting to make an attempt on a save there, or a play or a push, and just nothing went in their favor. Now they got to make up for a mistake. Royals to flip reset over one towards, and The one person they don't want to have the ball keeps getting touches, and that's Mata. And he's already back, lurking, waiting defensively. You see him. It's a quick takeaway from him. Novus Aevi trying to get creative offensively. Nothing able to get past the defense, and Team Secret continue to hold on to their 2-0 lead.
Just over a minute and a half left as well. And Novus Aevi, they haven't had anything to show for this game so far. They're sitting up 1-0 in the series, but it has been all Mata on Team Secret. It has been the talking point, as there really hasn't been much on the side of Novus Aevi. Maybe here's their chance, but they have been denied every single time they've advanced down the field, and when they have gotten to the other side, Team Secret have picked up possession almost instantly.
Yeah, this has been an interesting one just because of how much more space Mata's been able to give himself. Brunoviski's shot, fortunately, doesn't go in. Brad's up next. 2 touches from the ceiling. That's a great save there from Kaio. But even with the saves and all the touches in the world, barely has Novus Aevi just been able to break out of their own half, and every shot denied every single time.
With 30 seconds left, it's feeling very bleak on the side of Novus Aevi. Yeah, sure, you're spending some time in the offensive zone, maybe the final third here and there, but Team Secret have been stalwart defensively. As Novus Aevi, you know, we talked about, they opened up a great goal from Royales, and then after that, it's been in game 1, and after that, it's been all Mata. It is really what's happened. It's been all Mata for Team Secret, and in the end, I think rightfully so, Team Secret gonna tie up this series as Mata has led the way. Maybe one for the road. Team Secret 1-1 in the series.
There you have it. I mean, honestly, at some point I was wondering, is it possible?
Couldn't get any momentum, and I talked about it a little bit. Felt like every touch they had was either a long clear where they would just give possession back up, or they were just challenged by Team Secret to the point where they could get a foothold in their own offense. So for Team Secret, they've been doing just fine with Brunoviski. In fact, we really aren't talking about it anymore because it just feels like they're playing normally without KV1. And again, it'll be now their 3rd game without KV1. Brunoviski, the super sub, and of course, Coach coming through so far to tie up this series.
I mean, I don't know 100% what the difference is, but I'm sure there's probably a little bit difference as far as like coach culture goes in different regions. I feel like it's kind of safe to say that on a team like in SAM, it might be a little bit more normal for teams to have had experience playing with their coach, right? As versus like a team in North America, right? Chances are all the players haven't really had that opportunity, but this feels, like you said, almost so normal for this roster slotting in their coach right now. So Team Secret, a minute in, nobody has found their way on yet, and I say that as Novus Aevi's got all the pressure in the world right now.
Oh my gosh, what a bump. What a bump from Kaio, and he paved the way for Card. You can see Kaio, he was in the corner, realizes Card gets possession, tries to get a piece of Brunoviski, and I think threw off Brunoviski just a little bit, back flipping to try and get back to the play, but it didn't matter. He knew that player was going to get in front of him. And Novus Aevi able to strike first in what's been a rare occurrence for them. Team Secret now playing on the back foot, maybe just for a moment. It was Mata who launched the shot. Is it an own goal from Brunoviski? Not the own goal. Royales is going to get the goal again. I think that's the 2nd one he's gotten on the own goal. But this time Brunoviski, well, he was just trying to flip back, and unfortunately the ball lands on top of his head.
That's so important. The fact that it also went in with like such speed, you know he's just sitting there like, oh my. Okay, well, let's just throw our hands up a little bit and try and reconvene here. Is early on in this game. However, this could turn into a 3-0 lead. 3:36 on the clock here. A slow shot there from Royals. Finally, a big clear out for Team Secret in the mid. Brad trying to keep control of this car and this ball for his team. This one down. Mata's shot wide, which feels uncharacteristic after the first 2 games that we saw him play.
Yeah, Mata's been a superstar striker so far, but listen, if you're Team Secret and you've got to pick one player on your team right now that's winding up for a shot. You want Mata because this guy cannot miss. How is no one getting in front of him? And why is he always able to find a shot on target? He gets over one, takes another touch on the flip reset, doesn't even use it, lets it go through, and somehow Mata has done it again.
Honestly, there was a game plan coming into this one. I think Mata knows that he's on it right now and what he has to do in terms of stepping up without KV1 being there. And he's done a great job of doing it. 3 left on the clock here. Team Secret only trailing by 1, potentially could be 2. Brunevsky just doing everything in his power not to own goal again. He slows it down, cuts off in the mid, transitions back out into that orange half there. And Team Secret looking to keep this ball orange side here. Mata, last person you want to have a shot. It's a fake attempt to try and take one. It's a slow one down left for Brad on a dead ball. And there you have it. Team Secret are back in this.
And clean from Mata. You know, that one got a little bit ahead of him, so he couldn't make much of it. So he's like, fine, I'll take the challenge. And like you said, kills that ball right in front of the goal line. It's a tap in for his teammate. And we're all tied up at halftime.
I love this change of play a little bit. Team Secret definitely are playing a lot faster than we saw in the first half of this game here. They look a lot more reminiscent of game number 2. And it's okay. I feel like it's safe and it's not a bad thing. Of course, things are going to fluctuate a little bit with Brunevsky, especially if Novus Aevi start to get aggressive like that, and whether that's going to be on Brad or Mata or whoever. Aggression might be the key to keeping Team Secret down.
Wow. Royales is going to get the demo and the goal on this one. Found the right angle from the wall, but then took out the last defender and watches it trickle in back into the lead. Go Novus Aevi, and they're better for it. Royales doing it again. And for Novus Aevi, I mean, that was a much-earned goal and a much-needed goal, I would say, for them, because of course Team Secret, they have been roaring back. Mata's been going and getting fired up once again. And you've got to have a response when star players start to do well, like Mata has. Novus Aevi back into the lead.
There's been a lot more anticipation on these shots from Novus Aevi. Team Secret not granted quite as many opportunities as they've been given in the past, although they are trying to create some of their own. Mata down to the center. Brad not quite ready or in a position to take a shot off of it, though. Unfortunate, but again, still enough time on the clock to be able to come back. Card up into the air. It's low boost. Bruno's up next, actually. And the demos to open up a little bit of space. It's not a bad shout or a bad play. That could have been dangerous. Keeping that deep third, though, not a bad game plan.
He's kept control. He set himself up, but unfortunately, Novus Aevi's been great defensively here in the last 30 or 40 seconds, denying Mata the attack. Brad over 1, but can't get over 2. Kaio tries to dunk this one down, looking for help. Card to the backboard. Can he get another touch? He can. Flip reset. Can he push it down? Mata's there. 40 seconds left. And Mata, pass. One more touch. Over to Brad. Oh, it's beautiful from Mata. Brad off the crossbar. We're tied up again.
Such a clean play from them, too. He saw Brad just keeping up with him in time, and they knew you have to do a team play on this one. There's been so many solo plays that have come out from Mata that I think at this point Novus Aevi have anticipated on what to read. But once 2 people are getting involved, you don't know if you're being handed a fake. You don't know if you're being handed a passing play. And, well, the passing play is what bobbed and weaved through the defense. Tied game. 26 seconds on the clock here. Mata, last person you want with the ball if you're Novus Aevi on a full tank of boost from the ceiling. Reset to get another touch on it, taken away.
Brunevsky, that's a crucial challenge to not let Novus Aevi out for free. They're still gonna break out, looking for a double tap, and Card did find it. This one dangerously across the box. Brunevsky has to be the savior, and he does. Maybe one last laugh. One last chance. Card, it's still up. Royales trying to keep it up as well. He's getting bumped out of the way, and Mata will ensure that one drops to the ground. Overtime we go in game 3.
Overtime once again, a place where dreams can get crushed really quickly or come true. Brunevsky had the opportunity to be the one to end it, which actually would have been insane, but Mata making sure this stays in the favor of Team Secret for now. Brad, 2 touches around the corner, 20 seconds into this one. It's an opportunity to float it through, but Card keeps it out.
Mata trying to get the flip reset, dunks it down off the post, looking for follow-up. Brunowski was there, but of course Card was as well. Defense in the right spot at the right time, but can they deal with Mata reaching into his bag of tricks? And this time, can't come out with it. He has been a pain point for that Novus Aevi defense. And here he comes again, 44 boost to his name. Brunowski trying to keep this one in play, does his job nicely. Gets back out, Brad going to be looking for Mata here if he can play it across. Mata comes in to rotate. Low boost, drops it down again, somehow still on the ball. Brad trying to barrel through, it's not going to drop. And Brunowski the last man, Mata rotating back. Kaio, can he do it himself? No, Brunowski breaks it up.
And there you have it. Novus Aevi have the opportunity to try and take a few shots of their own. Card just a little bit slow to that ball there, which allowed Team Secret to take it back. It's a little bit of a fight here across the line of field. And a demo comes through. Nobody on defense. Everyone's racing back, actually. And Mata, there you have it. Once again, keeping Team Secret involved in this game in a opportunity to actually have some fight, especially when they're trailing down. That's a tough shot to land, but it's got some power and some kick to it. Brunowski tried to help him out on it. Not quite. Brad's up next. Bump play. This one off the backboard. Follow through comes in, and at a minute 52, Mata ends the game.
Oh my goodness, Brad with a great touch to the back wall. Mata, you knew he was going to be there. And it took a minute 52, like you said. And you know, it was interesting. I was thinking about it in the last intermission between the games. And I was thinking, there's a world where not having KV1 on the field, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, or a good thing. I'm just saying it could be a thing. Not having KV1 on the field is strangely a benefit, I feel like, to Mata, because there's so much more space for him to play around. Like, I feel like without KV1's playmaking on the field and just constantly being in the play, it's allowed Mata to have so much more freedom to feel like he can freely advance into a play. Brunowski, of course, is playing a little bit more of a conservative style. He's ensuring that he's just not messing things up for his team, and it's allowing Mata to shine. Not that he wasn't shining before, but I think that space has opened up for him because, of course, it's not being cannibalized by his own superstar teammate, and you're seeing what happens. And, of course, this all could be said, and Mata could also just be a superstar in himself with KV1 in the field, which is also true.
No, I definitely was on the same route as you. I was honestly too afraid to say it because, you know, you get nervous when you say things like that because players like KV1 or like the KV1 fans, right, might be like, no, like that is the world in which it should be. But sometimes when situations like this arise, right, and you see that players like Mata can be trusted to be fed the ball or given the space to go crazy like this, sometimes I get a little bit curious, although I'm not sure how consistent and normal this would be for Mata, but in a world where this is very normal for him, right, this level of performance, I am curious if there could be like a play style change one day where KV1 and Mata kind of go into this like crazy duo-ship offensively and things could get changed a little bit. Bruno might be saying to himself like, hey, there's a world in which we can utilize Mata a little bit more and trust him a little bit more offensively, especially after the performance we've been given.
Well, I mean, yeah, no doubt about that. I think we've seen this from Mata as well. The performance that Mata's putting on right now is not one that's like, oh, he just never does this. But I do think that he's, like you said earlier, he's been stepping up and taking up that space that's been afforded to him. And Novus Aevi have really struggled to get a hold on him, and that's just credit to Mata, his positioning, his poise behind the ball, and of course the quality that he's been putting on in every single touch and every single shot that he's had, and even a couple passing plays that he's been a part of. Right now, he has been a superstar for Team Secret in a moment where they've lost their superstar in KV1 to some PC issues, and Brunowski has done well himself.
Ooh. That was an insane touch. I was really curious if he was going to be able to get there in time to it, but not a bad shout. This one passed over to Brad, crossbar down and bouncing around. It takes one more touch to make sure that one goes through, but Team Secret, first ones to find themselves on the board.
Oof, the quality of touch there from Brad off the crossbar. It's a tough ball to get a hold of. Everyone's trying to get an angle on it, but you really can't when it's just bouncing on the goal line like that. Brad getting enough power behind it makes it work. So a 1-0 scoreline for Team Secret, as Brad's follow-up ensures the lead. Mata trying to find his first. He's got one shot to his name so far. But he has been a scoring machine, and he looks to do that again.
Less than 2 minutes to go here. Just a 1-goal lead for Team Secret. And in most cases, you would think, okay, that's not too rough. But the second Novus Aevi get on the board, the second that the ball continues to get fed to Card, which is what we saw in their last win over Team Secret, that is where the challenges start to arise for Team Secret.
Great little extra touch there as well across the box, and allowed the follow-up to go through, and it threw off the defense just for an extra moment. Team Secret giving up their lead. Novus Aevi will find their equalizer. And a minute 30 left on the clock. Team Secret looking to close out this series if they can, but not if Royales has something to say about it. Mata will deny, and Brunovisky to clear out.
Not a bad game so far. Tied for now. This one to the backboard. Great read from Mata as well. Card trying to find the angle. Almost did, but went crossbar now. Follow-ups also sent off, and it's a little bit low boost here for Team Secret, which that is not a good thing if you are trying to fend off what feels like a million shots right now. And everybody just trying to be given the graces to breathe, and Mata's clear might allow that for Team Secret with this last minute remaining.
Mata, he fed Brunovisky, put a shot just high. Where was the defense from Novus Aevi there? It was either such a well-placed shot they couldn't get to it, or they were mispositioned. Now Brunovisky waiting again, gets dunked. Brad trying to find Brunovisky, tough angle, doesn't get the read. Royales there to clear it out, or at least for the moment. And Card will get bumped away, almost into the ball. As a pass over to Card's shot on target, Mata there again.
I like seeing this from Card too. He cheats up just a little bit and anticipating getting fed that ball, but I think what's starting to happen is Team Secret are realizing that that is the game plan of Novus Aevi right now, and it's a lot of low shots. That's one of the higher ones that we've seen from Card. 7 seconds left on the clock though. Opportunity goes away, falls out of the hands of Novus Aevi unless they can keep this one up. And for now, Card at least able to carry it to the mid. One more bounce. This one could get killed. It does. And we've got ourselves another overtime between Team Secret and Novus Aevi.
Yeah, it did back and forth. Team Secret would love to sneak out of this series with a win right here, right now, and allows maybe some more time for KV1 to fix his computer. Brunovisky, he's been just fine, as we keep mentioning. Novus Aevi would love to stay in this series. Maybe one more game. It'll only be one more game if they win. Royales from his own back wall tries to cut it. Brunovisky not fooled. Getting a little dicey here for Novus Aevi as they're not holding on to it. Follow-up. Mata, who else? No, it's just a bit high. It bounced over the crossbar. And no one else was there to clean it up for Team Secret. Novus Aevi get out. And that was a close call.
It really was. You even saw Brad and Brunovisky lurking on it, but nobody wanted to take the hard risk. It's okay, though, because with the space and the ball and the time given to take a shot, none other than the MVP of the series, at least in my opinion for Team Secret, Mata, is the one to end it all.
I